Folks, I have got to tell you, Sound of Freedom was awesome. Me and my wife went and watched that movie over this weekend to a sold out room, no doubt about it. We had to buy tickets hours and hours and hours in advance just to be able to get two seats beside each other. They're playing them at the Cinemark. It is definitely worth the $7 to go watch this movie, folks. It will open your eyes. Not only was it great acting, but the storyline was needed to be told. God save the children. That's all I got to say about that. The man that is actually this movie was inspired about, one of the guys that has actually been on the front line for 20 years, saving these children from these foreign countries, involved in these trafficking rings. And he was one of the many, his name's Tim Ballard, he was one of the many guests at this Turning Point Action event. And I just thought I'd bring y'all his message now. There is 24 more clips I could bring you of some really great conversations, but we ain't got all day. But in the meantime, folks, if you want to see any of these great speeches from any of these folks that were part of this event, NTD News, I can't say it enough. They've got just news over there, but a lot of times they have live coverage of a lot of these events like CPAC and things of that nature. Now, all I could say about Sounds of Freedom, go see it, folks. It is worth the money. It helps support a worthwhile cause. As a matter of fact, you can support Angel Studios, which promotes Christian-type movies as well. And you can also support this Underground Railroad Foundation that Mr. Ballard is a part of to save the babies. Let's go ahead and get into it, folks. I'm going to play you a clip of Mr. Tim Ballard. Like I said, he is not the actor in the movie. He is who the actor portrayed in the movie. The brave soul that, thank God for people like this guy right here. Thank God for people that are brave and willing and passionate enough to do whatever it takes to save these kids. That's a hero as far as I'm concerned. Now let's go ahead and get into it, folks.
Sound of Freedom is one of those films that can legitimately change this world. So we want to ignite a fire in audiences and open their eyes to the dark reality of millions of children that need our help. Let's make this film a historic event and the start, the end of child trafficking. Theaters across this country are already selling out. Pre-order your tickets today and you can send the message that God's children are no longer for sale.
That's right. Such an awesome movie, folks. I just had to put the trailer up there too, in case you don't already know. It is definitely a great movie to go see. No politics, no QAnon.
Because there are millions of pedophiles that exist in this world. I fight because if we only rescue one child, then all will have been worth it. I can tell you what it is. I was a few weeks ago, I was on the Hill talking to a group of congressional Republicans, and they were asking me about the border. And they were just appalled, as I am, as you are. In the last 2 years alone, 85,000 unaccompanied minors, thousands of them, according to CBP data, under 5 years old. Okay, what is a 3-year-old showing up at the port of entry or at the border alone? What's going on? Oh, and by the way, there's a bracelet around them. You seen this? I mean, they're branding the kids. I mean, this is an organized effort by criminal organizations to traffic children. And 85,000 of those kids show up at the southern border over the last 2 years, and they're lost. They're disappeared. And here's the important thing. There's something I call the economy of pedophilia. Okay? Did you know that the United States is the #1 consumer of child sex material in the world? Okay, so we are the demand. If 85,000 children show up at our border and are released into that economy of pedophilia, what do you think's going on? And worst yet, you know what happens? I've been down there. The traffickers give the kids a little piece of paper with a name on it of the sponsor. And Health and Human Services gets those kids by policy. All they can do is call the number, and George Smith or whoever picks up the phone. Oh yeah, Jose Gonzalez. Yeah, I'm the sponsor. Okay, they used to have to come pick the kid up. It's harder, by the way. It's harder to adopt a cat from a shelter than it is to come pick up a kid at the border. Do you know that?
Oh, that's sad.
And now George Smith doesn't have to pick the kid up anymore. Your taxpayer dollars are putting that kid on a plane, train, automobile, whatever it is, and shipping that child to the sponsor given by a child trafficker in Mexico. And the United States government is therefore complicit. And the United States government is fulfilling and completing the final leg of a child trafficking experience. That's our country right now. And that's why they don't want you to see Sound of Freedom. They do not want to be compelled to have the conversation. But I told the congressman, because they said, Tim, why can't we wake up the left? These are children. And I said, you're not telling the whole story. Spiritual warfare, it's all encompassing. It's not just about the 85,000 kids. You know what else is about? It's about sexualizing our kids. They don't want to be confronted with that truth, that they are wanting to give our children pornography. It's being pushed by these leftists, and this is the conversation they don't want to have. This is why they're lying about Sound of Freedom, and we're going to force this conversation down their throats, and we're going to wake up this country.
Good. Yes.
And so we're just getting started. The director of the film, Alejandro Monteverde, he said he made a movie that he wants this movie to begin when people leave the theater. And that's what's happening. We are just getting started. And what's so great about this film, it's breaking. I don't know if I'm shocked every day. They give me the numbers. I'm shocked. Okay. And we need your help, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a lot more enemies than I ever had before. But because of this is drawing a line. Isn't it amazing? They're exposed. This is, I believe God's behind this movie, if for nothing else, to expose.
Yes.
If you are against rescuing children and you can't help your poisonous pen, and you're writing crap, and you're going in and you're posting about how this is wrong and this is bad and this is a lie. Oh wow, we know who you are now. So thank you. We know who you are. The lines are more defined than ever, aren't they? It's not even Republican, Democrat. It's just right and wrong. It's dark and light. That's where we're at. This is spiritual warfare. There's a line in the movie. It's the one line that Jim Caviezel actually ad-libbed. And he didn't know. When I saw it for the first time, I wept. This is in the beginning. It's a true scene. I'm in a coffee shop with a pedophile after having gone undercover, not as under a false name, but under my own name. If you remember in the film, it shows this, and it's a true story. I had to go undercover as Tim Ballard, special agent and closet pedophile. And that's how I had to get to this guy, Oshensky. Again, you've all seen the film, so you know what I'm talking about. Right before Oshensky gets arrested, Caviezel leans over the table. Do you remember the scene? And he says to him, better than a millstone be hung about your neck, and you toss to the bottom of the sea, than that you should hurt one of these little ones. Before and after, I'm scared as anyone else, but you know, in the moment when I'm in it, I'm not scared. And this is why, because I repeat that line from Matthew 18 in my head. Jim didn't know this. I repeat that. Why do I repeat that line, the millstone line? Because I think it may be the only time that Jesus gets violently righteous in his words. It's like mafioso righteous, right? This is cement shoe stuff. I mean, think about what he's saying. If you hurt one of these kids, I'm not going to put a millstone on your neck and throw you to the sea. No, that's not what he's saying. It's going to be worse than that. Yeah. Is what's going to happen to you if you do this thing. And why do I love that line? Because when I'm going into a dark place, I know where God stands on it. He has made it clear, even using violent language. It's Jesus, so it's righteous violence. But even using violent language, I know he's at my side, and he's at our side. And here's the good news. He's on all of your side with that kind of passion, because all of you are going to protect God's children, because they are no longer for sale. Thank you so much. God bless you guys, and God bless America. Thank you.
Apologize. Powerful message there, folks. I cannot tell you how much I really appreciated the movie just for them bringing and exposing this evil, bringing it to light. It's absolutely necessary that people learn about this stuff so we can start heading in the right direction to expose it, prosecute it, stop it, prevent it in every way possible. Now, I did bring you a video a couple days ago of this guy right here. I just think he is an outspoken individual, and I love just about everything that he has to say when it comes to just speaking his mind. He's a truth bomber, no doubt about it. And it pertains a little bit to why this wokeness is going on. A lot of people are scratching their head as to what is going on with this push for the kids and this push for indoctrination and this woke mentality and this woke ideology. My first answer is BlackRock. They are the main culprits behind the money push to get these corporations to do this. But it's also a sick ideology where these people that have lost their way have found something evil to believe in versus the right way. Like he said, this is not a Democrat versus Republican thing. This is a right versus wrong thing. This is a spiritual warfare. And I have to believe that on every level. And this guy here touches on it a little bit as well. Like I said, NTD News over on YouTube has got hours and hours and hours of the Turning Point Action Conference, and there is some fire-breathing dragon moments over there from some of our great politicians and great content creators as well. Let's listen to this guy here. I just love this guy's conversation, and just check it out, folks. Tell me what you think in the description below, and let me know if you went and seen the movie yet, and if you haven't, go see it.
Used to be a saying, the belief that all men are created equal. That just ain't fucking true, is it? Now you can be a man that dresses up as a woman or be an illegal immigrant and come across the border and have more rights than the American man. For sure. You know, why is the Bud Light, Nike, and Ford, Target all doing this crazy fucking shit? I'll tell you why. It's an attack on your individual sovereignty and love for this country. They're trying to demoralize the pride and the fucking valor and the fucking worth of what it means to be an American.
That's it right there, folks. I don't mean to interrupt this guy, but think about what he said. He said, there's a reason all of this is happening. It's about the breakdown. It's about the intentional breakdown of society. This is a spiritual war. No two ways about it. And they're doing it with divisiveness. They're trying to divide and conquer with this crazy mind virus known as woke ideology.
So that you'll devalue yourself, and then they can just come on in and devalue you. That's why the addiction equals patriotism thing is so important, because the dope is coming in to devalue the American citizens, the males that won't fight no more, the women that are confused just as much as the men, but mainly it's the fucking men. You know, they're the ones dressing up as women, dancing in front of school children. And it's all to normalize fucking what your grandfather and your father fought to protect. So you won't value it, so you'll cough it up, so we can be labeled as fucking communist. Listen, most of you motherfuckers won't even share what I got to say. Yeah. You say, oh, I agree with that, blah, blah, and then you're too fucking scared. And that's exactly the fucking problem. You can't be scared no more, or you'll lose your way of fucking life. You'll be standing in a bread line pretty soon. Yeah. Because that's their intentions. Yeah. To give it all up so that you can be fucking cattle for the slaughter. So I can too.
Doesn't bother me a bit to hear this guy cuss with his passion just to let people know what the hell's really going on. Like, subscribe, and share. Devoted Patriots. Everybody have a great day.